morning. Thanks for joining us on the Glass City Grind. I'm Lisa, and this is my co-host, Charlie.
Hello.
Hello.
Cheryl.
It's confusing today. I'm a little,
It is.
like we're kind of in different spots.
I know. I feel like I'm on that. I have. Never mind.
You're in like, do you feel
I
like
feel like I'm on Meredith or Whoopi's chair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. We've done the rotation. We're each
shifted.
moving a chair closer to
Exactly.
the good spot.
The good spot, right? The one we really want. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am fantastic. You know why?
Why?
I gotta start off because I don't want to miss it. I am happy because I am not nervous about being caught on AshleyMadison.com.
Oh, that's a good
That's
thing
why
to be
I'm
not
happy.
nervous about.
No worries whatsoever. They caught a lot of people.
I'll tell you that they didn't find my name either because I'm definitely not using that
Exactly.
website.
For those of you who don't know, AshleyMadison.com, the website people would go to for a discreet affair.
Mm-hmm.
They got hacked, and the people who hacked them said, if you don't shut down the website, we're going to expose everyone's personal information of all your members. So now they didn't take it down, and they put everybody's names out, and a few people have gotten caught. I found out today that Snooki from Jersey Shore, her husband is on there.
Oh.
One of the Real Housewives of LA or Jersey, one of their husbands' email account is on there.
Gosh.
And a lot of, they said, I think about 13,000 government
Political.
emails were used to register. And of course, not as if he didn't have enough bad problems with his previous molestation issues in the past, Josh Duggar.
Okay, I knew about the Josh Duggar thing.
He was the first one they caught.
And I'm telling you, I have to say, I just was like, you know what? I just always knew there was something off there with
Right.
that whole family, you
Right,
know? And
right.
and I'm sorry, I know there's people that like them or whatever.
Go for it.
But I just feel like, one, they were very instrumental in pushing for extreme conservative
Yeah.
policies in Washington, D.C.
Absolutely.
And, family rights and blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking to myself, so here you're worrying about how everyone else in the country's living, but right in your own home, your kids are being molested. Your
Exactly.
son is out there doing God knows what. I mean, I'm sure
And
this
that's just
isn't-
what we know.
that's what I'm saying. I'm sure that this is just the tip of the iceberg.
And there's got to be a lot. You got a lot of pressure when you're so strong on some things, and when you come across a little bit judgmental, it's just like karma comes back and bites you in the butt.
Well, and they don't understand why, they're saying, well, we don't get why is all of America, why do they hate us now? Why are they mad at us? And we're like, basically because you were the biggest hypocrites in America.
Right. And I heard them talking, the parents were talking, saying, we can't go and visit Josh like we want to, because people will take a picture of it and it becomes a big thing online, everything like that. So now we secretly have to visit our son and say, you know what? That's really. Oh, and they also said that they don't understand why everyone dislikes them so much.
Oh yeah, I mean, and here's the thing. You know what the really sad part of this whole story is that there are victims.
Yeah.
In this, situation with their family, that are their own children.
Right.
And other young girls that were in their home, at different times, and and I have to say, I feel like it's not all on him. I think the parenting is a huge issue because when you keep a child so constricted. And they have no outlets and they've got hormones and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, this kid, of course, who else is he gonna like? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And you're not protecting your other children that are in the home.
Still.
There's, I'm sure we could bring like an actual doctor on. They'd have so many things to say about this. But it's a disturbing situation. I feel bad for the victims, and I feel like I don't ever want to hear them judge anyone else in America again because of what's going on.
Never again. I mean, they got a television show for having 19 kids. I do that anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Charlie's already got like his own reality show.
Condoms? Where are those? I have no idea where they came from.
Do you think you'll have more kids?
No.
You're done.
The doctor took care of both
So
of us.
you really
We're done.
can't be 19 kids and counting, but you could be 7 kids and
7 kids and done. 7 kids and done. Our
I
new
love
reality
that.
show, 7 kids and done. You see which state had the most people on AshleyMadison.com?
Ohio.
No, we were one of the lowest.
Well,
We were one
woohoo!
of the lowest registered users. Alabama had the most people.
Gosh,
Bible
that-
Belt.
I'm not trying to be, and look, I'm a very religious person.
As am I.
But it's like sometimes when you're a religious person and you're too hypocritical or you're too judgmental, really, I kind of question, like, wwhy are you so strong against something? Or do you have something in your closet?
You denying your inner freak.
Yes, you're denying your inner freak.
And it was real quick. And when they put out Josh Duggar's things, did you see they listed all the things he was into, like the women he was asking for?
Oh
like,
yeah, it was like kind of like
yeah, he wanted a little freak.
Creepy. I want to say creepy stuff.
If you're a freak, just be a freak. It's okay. You don't have to hide your freak.
I don't know. The whole situation to me is just baffling.
It's baffling.
I think it is. It's baffling. So, on a side note, I'm glad and happy that you're not.
Oh, I'm not on it.
I'm glad and happy that I'm not on there, and I'm really glad that Ohio is one of the lower states.
Yeah.
It makes me feel proud of our state, and
me too.
We're good. We're good people. We are the heart of America.
Either that, or we just don't give a damn about being discreet. We just creep right out in the public. That's what we do. We just look.
Okay, I'm going with choice A. I'm gonna feel the positive vibes about Ohioans. So
fingers crossed. We're hoping that's what it is.
But man, that is really some crazy stuff going on right now.
It's a lot of it's been a fun week.
A fun week and a very exciting week with lots of interesting news going on.
It's been a lot of stuff, and I found out this week that you can't get on the train in Paris. Otherwise, folks try to shoot you and act a fool. But
my gosh,
those guys are. I do want to mention that we're talking about there was a gunman on the train, and it was in Paris, or on the way to Paris, and he had an AK-47. There were 4 individuals who subdued the guy. We're seeing a lot of the 3 individuals from the 2 military and the 1 college student, but there's a 4th guy. We're not seeing a lot of him because he's still in the hospital. So I want to bring him up. His wife is saying hopefully he'll make a full recovery and hopefully be out soon.
And prayers to him and his family for sure. I mean,
would you think you could do that? Would you jump into action if you were on that train, or say, heaven forbid, one of those planes on 9/11? Would you have jumped up and?
Yeah, this might be surprising, but I think that I would, because I'll tell you what. I'm a pretty level-headed, calm person and easygoing. I think. But when I get heated about something or something gets to me, I turn into a lunatic. I mean, especially if my kids were on that, train.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, I don't care. I've literally got, I've been confrontational with people when I'm not a confrontational person because of adrenaline.
Mama bear.
Yes. So I think, yes, I would, especially if my kids were on that train, I would have just been move out the way.
I'm trying to tell you, you worried about the inner freak. That mama bear is who you need to watch out for.
Yeah. What about you? Do you think you would?
I would. I even if the kids were there or not, I think that I would be one of those people who would jump in. But I'm not gonna lie. The first gunshot, I would have looked up, and then I would have went to the floor, and then I probably, if I wouldn't let anybody get hurt. I don't think I would. I've often said that I could see myself being taken out from jumping in to try to save somebody one day. I can see myself.
And really, in today's society, as sad as it is, I mean, you kind of almost have to think about these situations. Or what do you do if you're in a movie theater?
Yeah.
And there's a gunshot. I've heard before, you lay down. A really good, maybe I'm saying this wrong, but I've heard, lay down and just stay as still as possible, because then they're not trying to keep shooting at you because they think you're already down.
They think you're down.
You know, I mean, isn't it scary though?
It is scary.
And now some of the big movie theater chains, they are implementing a bag search.
Bag search. I have no problem with that.
I don't either. Check my bag, and I guess I might not be able to bring in my free popcorn anymore.
Oh.
But
whatever. That's the one time I wish I were a woman, because I would stuff in my bra. I would put candy bars and soda pop and all kinds of Twizzlers.
I am totally a culprit of doing that. Of taking my own snacks to the
Yeah.
movie theaters, because if you're taking all your kids, it's pricey. So I guess I might not be able to do that anymore, but for the sake of my safety, I feel like I can pay the extra $15 for some popcorn and pop.
Look, all I'm saying is, if you go to movies with me and we share a payday and it tastes a little bit nuttier than normal. All right, we're going to come back. We got a good show today, right?
Yeah, so excited. We got lots going on.
We got a good show, so you might want to stick around, grab yourself a coffee or something, come right back and enjoy the rest of the Glass City Grind, because it's coming up right now.
Wake up with the grind.
Welcome back to the show. Right now we are lucky to be joined by the Associate Professor in the Film and Theater Department at UT, Holly Hay.
Thank you.
And
Got that
Holly,
together.
I know, because I'm thinking to myself, I'm looking at Holly like, am I doing this correctly? That's a pretty extensive title.
Yes. Let me just reverse. I am an associate professor. We have a few associate professors in the program, and it's the Department of Theater and Film.
Okay.
And we're housed within the College of Communication and the Arts at UT.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So tell me exactly, what do you do specifically? What kind of classes do you teach out at the university?
I teach, sometimes, it depends on the semester. This semester I'm teaching an online intro to film class, which is a film aesthetic studies course for non-majors. And I have about 50 students in that. I'm teaching a video 1 class, which typically brings to mind cameras like you have here, sound equipment, recording equipment like you have here. But the way I teach it all computer generated class.
Okay.
And my students do an abstract digital animation in that class.
Oh, that sounds really interesting.
It is.
This sounds like something I need to go to.
It sounds like something that scares me. Now, are your students, do they have any like previous experience in film? Because it seems like if I were someone like me who has no experience in cameras or anything like that, to go to your class, to take that class, I would be lost.
Some are.
So, okay. Thank you for being honest.
Yeah, the learning curve is all over the place, which is
Okay.
always a challenge for, I think, most professors.
Okay.
But some come in very skilled, and that's both good, and I won't say bad, but challenging for me as the professor, because it's like trying to keep the scope of the learning and the trajectory of the learning throughout the semester at a good pace, where the people who are skilled don't get bored, and the people who are developing skills don't become overtaxed or burdened or
Okay.
challenged.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you find, this is just something I'm curious about with professors in general, what is the average amount of students who do not make it through the whole semester?
Through the whole semester?
Is there like
it's pretty low. I couldn't give
Oh,
you a
that's good.
percentage.
That's good though.
That is good, yeah. I was thinking it was going to be like 40%.
Oh gosh, I wouldn't.
Can't do it and quit.
I wouldn't be a professor if that were the case. I wouldn't have. There would be no jobs to be had. I would say in a class that starts out at 12, maybe we drop down to 10 by the
okay.
end. So
Yeah.
it's not
It's not
that
bad.
bad.
Well, that's
And,
interesting.
yeah.
Well, it's good to know that kids are sticking to their courses.
Yeah, well, if it's a required, that particular course is required. So, and one of the reasons I treat it that way is to sort of deconstruct their preconceived notions about what filmmaking is. And I think that's important for a student when they come into a program, is to let go of all of their biases about how you make films and what films are supposed to be.
Do you find that everyone thinks they're going to be the next Steven Spielberg?
Well, not anymore,
Oh, wow.
because he's kind of dead in a sense. You'll hear more J.J. Abrams and
Okay.
perhaps Quentin Tarantino.
Okay.
But at UT, we get a really great cross-section of students that are interested in all sorts of things. So it's not just normative narrative Hollywood cinema that you just talked about, but we have a really good experimental approach to making films. Throughout the entire trajectory of the degree program. So from that first semester through the last semester, they can do independent studies and special projects where they're really at the helm of what that final content is going to be at the end. And then they have some courses like the one that we just talked about that's very specific in terms of curriculum and course goals.
Well, neat. And including, all the work that you're doing with that, you guys are also starting up a new film series called First Fridays on Film.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's starting fall 2015, so coming up soon.
Yes, a week from this Friday, so September 4th.
Okay.
I need to look at my notes here.
Yeah, and tell me, what are you guys going to be showing during this film series?
So we do a film series every year.
Okay.
And some years they're bigger, some years they're smaller. So last year we really focused on 2 guest artists. One was a cinematographer from Switzerland, and then we had a screenwriter come in from Los Angeles.
Oh.
And we did 2 public screenings last year. We showed Brazil in the fall, and then we screened Some Like It Hot in the spring.
Okay.
And those were both on DVDs. But this year we've gone into our film archive, our actual 16 millimeter
Film.
celluloid film archive, and we're going to show a movie the first Friday of every month, beginning September through November.
Okay.
So
Okay.
nothing in December, but September 4th, We're going to start out with Alfred Hitchcock's The Lady Vanishes,
Okay.
which was released in 1938. It's 96 minutes, and it stars Margaret Lockwood and Michael Redgrave. So who is the father of Vanessa and Lynn Redgrave,
Right.
if people don't know that.
I do like Hitchcock too.
Yeah.
I'm kind of
I'm
a
afraid
little.
of birds. Go ahead.
I'm not a film historian, but my colleague, Dr. Matt Yockey, who helped with this series, he is our film scholar and our film historian. If I'm wrong, he may stand in and correct me on this. But I
good.
believe Lady Vanishes was Hitchcock's first American film.
Oh, okay.
Really?
So
Interesting.
outside of the British studios, yeah. And then on Friday, October 2nd, we're going to screen Seven Samurai, which is a Japanese classic by Akira Kurosawa. And that was released in 1954, and that's 270 minutes long.
Well, that's a long one.
Yeah. I doubt that we'll have an intermission, but the screenings, you come in, it's $10 for the general public.
That's not bad.
But that gives you, it gets you the ticket admission and free pop and popcorn.
I was just gonna
Yeah.
ask if there's popcorn because
Yep.
honestly, that's kind of
That's
interesting.
what you need for movies.
Yeah, and it's real popcorn that will pop there. We have a big
Oh,
popcorn
good.
popper, so that hopefully that smell
And really,
will
that's
pervade.
cheaper than going to the theater.
Absolutely.
I think so. And,
Yeah.
and now, mostly around Toledo, I think all around Toledo, you're not watching film, you're watching digital projections. So it's a very different experience, and I hope people come and take advantage of it.
Well, that's awesome.
And then the last title is Friday, November 6th, His Girl Friday, which is a
Oh.
1940s
I do know this
classic.
movie. Yes.
Yeah, with Cary Grant and Rosalind
Yeah.
Russell, directed by Howard Hawks.
Well, cool. Well, we're gonna have to make sure that we get out there and check out some of those movies.
I hope so.
And those
It's
are all
a-
on film.
all on
all
film.
on film.
All on 16mm film. We're in the Center for Performing Arts on the UT's main campus, which is 1910 West Rocket Drive.
Okay.
All the shows start at 7:30. Come early though, because seating is limited. We can only house about 50 people.
Oh,
Okay.
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 What else did I want to say? Students, seniors get in for $5. So there's
neat.
and
That's
if you're a
great.
theater film major, you get in for free.
Wow. Well, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
joining
for
us today. We
having
really
me.
appreciate
Sure.
it, and we can't wait to get out there and check out some of those movies.
Awesome.
That's right. We'll be right back. Thank you again. We'll be right back with more of the Glass City Grind after these words.
Grind. Wake up with the grind.
Welcome back. We are joined by Joni from Humans of Toledo. Joni, we're so excited to have you on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about what it is that Humans of Toledo is.
Humans of Toledo is based off of Humans of New York,
Okay.
which is like, in my terms, it's on the street journalism, so anyone could really do it. Ideally, I started last winter, and ideally you're supposed to walk up to people on the street and have a heavy conversation with them, get to know them, ask them about their life, have a personal connection in a very short amount of time, and then you capture in a photograph the essence of them. But I just was never really granted that opportunity with it being winter and not really knowing my city. So I found a bunch of people online on Facebook and would message them. I didn't know them, and I would meet them that way.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
And just from there, it just kind of grew.
That's awesome. How many followers does the Facebook page have currently?
I believe it's at like 4,400 or something.
That's awesome.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And so are the pictures only on Facebook at the moment?
They're on Facebook and on a website,
The
but
website.
I have not updated the website. I have
Okay.
not been on it as I should be, but I took a little break for a while and I'm back on it again.
About how many subjects do you think you've done so far, roughly?
Roughly, oh my goodness, I'm gonna say a couple hundred.
A couple hundred.
Do you have a favorite photograph that you've taken of someone?
I do. There was actually speaking of homeless, but there's a homeless guy. I think his name was Charlie, and this was almost like in the very beginning. He was walking past when I worked at Dirty Bird. He was walking past, and I saw him, and he came in, and I felt like I want to interview this guy. And just his expression is natural. He wasn't trying. He just was being completely authentically himself. So that was probably my favorite
That's awesome.
photo.
And how do you feel like this is helping to kind of promote the community?
I receive encouragement through like messages. People have, after I've interviewed someone, people have messaged me and said, someone recognized me from Humans of Toledo. So they're bringing together people who wouldn't typically talk, and starting a dialogue about conversations that maybe people would be hesitant to do.
That's really cool.
Sounds like a coffee table book in the works. I'm
It
just
does.
saying.
I want
A
to. No
fundraiser.
idea.
I'm telling you, it does sound like it.
Yeah, a coffee table book would be really cool. You could even maybe do like a calendar, you know, and have like your favorite people on it and featured. And I do scroll through your Facebook page, and I do enjoy seeing different pictures of people. And I have to say, Charlie and I were kind of looking at it before you came in, and they're beautiful pictures. Are you a photographer,
I do.
trained in photography? So
Yeah.
Jealous. I wish
I know,
could do that.
and they are. You can just tell like it's such a difference in your photos than like my photos.
Right.
I mean, the lighting, the coloring, but it really just almost like I feel like there's a glow to all of your pictures, and they're just so breathtaking, and it's just such a neat, inspiring thing I think to see in the city. So
Thank you. That's really nice for you to say.
How long do you think you'll keep doing this?
I thought I didn't know if it was going to be done or not. I don't really have a timeline until I feel like I have enough for a book, because I do want to make a little book.
Yeah, I would love to see that book, especially for a good cause or something. I would love to get a few of those. Because
what are the chances that Charlie and I can get in that book?
No, seriously,
Right.
we can set up an interview.
That would be
I would-
great.
I would love to do that.
I've always wanted to be in a coffee table book.
Oh, okay, her too, but anyway. That would be great. Do you have anyone, like a subject that you would like to get locally that you just haven't approached yet or haven't
Yeah.
or can't get? Or do you have anybody in mind that you're like, wouldn't mind that person? You don't have to, have someone. Or
Like a
No, I
local
don't.
celebrity or something, maybe?
I don't have any. Because the idea about this is humanizing everybody.
Okay.
So I don't
That's cool.
necessarily go for like the top, and I just anybody I see that I sort intuitively feel like I want to learn from you.
Someone you're
Yeah.
drawn to. For some
My
reason.
favorite is the cat. You have a picture?
The cat was
Yeah,
cool.
the cat is so cute. You have a picture of the cat, and you're like, "Can I take your picture?" No. And then the cat like struck this adorable pose. But I also really like cat pictures.
Right. Wow, she's the cat lady.
I do. I like cats.
There was a good picture. That wasn't your cat, was it?
No,
Okay.
no.
Cool looking cat.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Well,
that's
Humans
awesome.
of Toledo seems
Yeah.
very, very cool. I really like it. I'm going to start paying more attention to what you're doing.
And make sure to find them on Facebook and follow the page, because it really is a neat thing to take some time out of your day and to check out. So
Yes,
you.
Johnny,
Thank you
thanks
so
for
much.
joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank
yeah,
you.
I appreciate it too.
All right, we'll be right back with more of the Glass City Ride right after this.
Wake up with the grind.
Hey guys, it's Lisa, and I'm here with my friend Rick Cornett, and we are on location in downtown Toledo at Legends. And Rick, we are getting ready for an awesome weekend. Tell me a little bit about what's going on in Toledo.
We are. It's the 6th annual Toledo Pride Festival and Parade. It's this weekend. The parade is today, on Saturday. It kicks off at noon
All right.
at 17th Street. It goes all the way down Adams and unfolds into Promenade Park, where the festival begins at 12:45. The festival goes all day today. Live entertainment till about midnight.
And who's some of the live entertainment we're going to see today?
Forever ABBA is the headliner.
Okay.
And then we have Arctic Clam and
they're so good. I know.
Flamingo Nation.
Okay.
Then there's a whole host of drag queens and kings and all kinds of stuff going on.
So
all day.
lots of fun, exciting things.
Yes.
And what would you tell our viewers and tell the community about coming down for this event if they've never been there before?
Just come with an open mind and an open heart for acceptance and love for the LGBT community. This is a celebration of our people, our culture, where we've been and where we're going.
All right. That's so exciting.
And this year is even bigger than ever.
I was going to say this is a big year.
With the Supreme Court ruling making same-sex marriage legal in all 50 states, we have more reason to celebrate than ever. So everyone's in a celebratory mood, and we're ready.
And we're going to have some fun. And if people want to eat, is there going to be options for them to get something to eat?
We sold out this year on food vendors.
Oh my
So
God.
there'll be lots of food vendors and vendors of all kinds, with merchandise from schools and churches, political. Our groups, our organizations are all represented. Yeah, Promenade Park's going to be full.
Fantastic. And once the parade downtown, or once the parade on the river is finished and the festival, and people still want to have a good time, where are they able to go to continue the party?
Well, here at Legends
Uh-huh.
and all of our other gay bars, we have 4 gay bars in Toledo.
Okay.
They're all hosting after-hours parties with live entertainment, DJs, food. We have Our House out on Secor Road.
All right.
They'll be doing after hours. Brett's over on Adams. And then Mojo's next door, connected to this,
Oh, cool.
this building.
Okay.
They're all doing after hour celebrations.
So lots of fun stuff that people can, really from noon until the wee hours of the night,
That's right.
have a great time on Saturday.
Yep.
And then Sunday. If people want to continue the party, if they want to maybe bring their families out on Sunday, what's going on Sunday?
Yes, Sunday, it continues all day. It's called Sunday Fun Day.
Okay.
That is more family oriented,
All
geared
right.
towards families with children. There's games with activities, prizes, live entertainment, food vendors will be there. So yeah, it goes through Sunday.
And how do you think, Rick, that this is helping our community to come together by hosting an event that is really growing every year and continuing to draw a big crowd?
Well, it's one of the bigger events that Promenade Park still hosts, and it's open to everybody. It's not just for the LGBT community. It's open to all of our friends and allies and supporters. So no, everyone's welcome. It's not just for the gay community.
Well, I know, and I told you, last year I went, it was my first time.
Yes.
I had so much fun. I'm really looking forward to this weekend. I can't wait. Is there any other words that you would like to leave the viewers with about just the LGBT community in Toledo in general?
Just how far we've grown and how far we need to continue to grow. This is the 6th annual Pride Festival. It started in 2010 with 2,500 people attending. Last year it grew to over 18,000. So we expect to surpass 20,000 this year or more. Just the support that we've received over the years, and we need more support. We have a lot of corporate sponsors. I'd like to mention a couple of them if I
definitely,
could.
yeah.
We have Equality Toledo, Miller Lite, Fifth Third Bank, Outlook Magazine, Kiss FM, The Park Inn, Tarta, Owens Corning, Leo Marks Jewelers, Channel 24, and the AIDS Healthcare Foundation. Those are the major corporate sponsors. And without people like that and their money, we couldn't do this.
That's amazing, and it's so nice that we have that support in our community.
It is.
And of course, we at the Glass City Grind always lend our support and welcome our friendship, and we're so happy to have events like this going on in our community.
Well, we appreciate it. We need the TV coverage. For the first time this year, we have a TV commercial.
Oh, awesome.
So that the more coverage, the better. So thank you for being a supporter of the gay community. That's very important to us.
Well, thank you, and we're so happy that you took time with us today. We're looking forward to this weekend. Make sure that you get out, have a great time. Come out to Toledo Pride.
Wake up with the grind.
All right, that's a wrap on today's show.
Wrap.
That's a wrap. We are so happy that you guys joined us. Make sure to tune in next week, same time. Check us out online. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah.
And
I like
have
your
a great
earrings.
week. Oh, you like these?
I like your earrings.
They're shiny, huh?
They're very Vegas-y. Very.
Every lady needs a little bling.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta have a little
Oh,
bling.
I see you.
See?
That's Lisa.
Every once in a while, I pull out my kind of,
I'm wearing those next week.
glamorous earrings.
Well, thank you for joining us, and we'll be back next week, like she said, right?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Peace.
Wake up with the grind. Wake up with